Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello everybody. Welcome to the 9th episode of This is Floxed on the USA Global TV and Radio Network. This show is dedicated to raising awareness for fluoroquinolone toxicity syndrome, which is also known as being floxed, and that means that a person is experiencing the adverse effects of a fluoroquinolone antibiotic like Cipro or levofloxacin and many others. Today's episode is going to show the stark reality of what people with fluoroquinolone toxicity and their loved ones actually go through in real life. And ultimately, this is a story about love, loss, and resiliency. Trish Lightwood from the UK was prescribed a fluoroquinolone antibiotic in September 2023. And like so many others, she suffered devastating and debilitating adverse effects, and her health continued to decline as time went on. After 2 years of intense pain and suffering, and seeking out so many specialists that could not or would not help her, Trish passed away on August 14th, 2025, 3 days before her 60th birthday, leaving behind her husband Mark and 2 children, Jen and Sean. Despite Trish's suffering over the years, she was always advocating and raising awareness for fluoroquinolone toxicity, warning others so they would not go what she went through. Even in her last post on this earth, she took the time to warn others about fluoroquinolone toxicity. That says a lot about somebody. Today's story is not just about the loss of Trish Lightwood. It's also about a family that went through something so traumatic and came out through the other side. Additionally, the torch has been passed to her daughter Jen, who is now raising awareness for fluoroquinolone toxicity in honor of her mother. With that being said, I'd like to welcome Jen and Mark to the show.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Talia.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thank
Hi,
you
everyone.
for being here. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank
And
you
I
for having
obviously
me.
have to kick off the show
you.
by saying I'm very sorry for your loss, first and foremost. And it takes a lot of courage to be here to talk about this 3 months after it happened. So I thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So my first question to kick off the show, I'm going to combine my first two that you saw. If you could explain a little bit about what Trish was like before she got floxed, and like compare and contrast, and how she was after, and what she went through for the next 2 years. So I'm just combining those.
So my mum was always a very
Jen, I
happy
think you're
person.
muted.
Am I? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Try clicking
Hello?
one more time. Click your mic one more time.
Hello?
Oh.
Can you hear me? No.
I'll try and answer the question, while Jenny's trying to sort out her problems with the mic. Just Trish was a lovely person. you know, she was great. She was a natural. She naturally caring, fantastic wife, brilliant mum, very selfless person. You know, before she got Floxed, and I was with her I had 25 good years with her. You know, it was only the last 2 that were bad. We probably had less drama in 25 years of being together than most people have in 1 year. You know, we were just a brilliant family, very happy, lots of happy memories, lots of holidays, lots of laughs along the way. But everything changed when she got Floxed. It just wasn't, you know, it wasn't her anymore. It was her, but it wasn't her. It just affected her very much mentally and physically. Talking to the people out there who are Floxed, that you just haven't got the same level of symptoms that Trish had to deal with. I hope things are better for you. And there is always hope. Trish's symptoms were extreme, so, you know, and we tried to keep her, but 3 months in, she started getting the neuropathy, and she never had any real peace after that. So in answer to the question, she was brilliant before, but a shadow of herself once she got Floxed.
Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate to that. Can we hear you now, Jen?
Hello. Are you able to hear me now? Yeah. Okay.
You can hear her?
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh
no.
I can hear her, you know, Talia.
Sorry to drop in, but we
and
can
I
all
can't hear
hear
Dr.
her.
Jacqueline either.
Yeah, we can all hear her. Maybe Talia, you want to go out and come back.
I don't know what to do.
All right, I think we should go to a quick commercial break while Talia figures this
if
out.
I ask a question, I just won't be able to hear what Jen says.
Sorry,
Go out
everyone. We'll
and
go to
come
a
back.
quick break. Stay with us,
Okay.
and we'll be
I'll
right
be
back. I'm going
back.
to give Talia a call. All right, here we go. USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care: How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And now a testimonial from Talia Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to TracyCramPerkins.com. Tracy Cram Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio. Welcome back to This is Floxed. I'm stepping in temporarily for Talia Smith as she resets her device. Jen and Mark, thank you again for being here, and thank you for your courage and the transparency. It takes a lot to be here, knowing there are so many people watching, looking for a glimmer of hope. Jen, you were not able to express how you felt and what the differences that you saw, witnessed before and after. Would you like to do that now?
Yeah, so my mum was always a happy person. She was always there for others, looking after others. And then after she got Floxed, she was relying on us to take care of her. And she took that quite hard. She because she wasn't used to, you know, she was used to looking after other people, so having it switched, that was one of the things she took really hard, and she wasn't able to do the stuff that she enjoyed anymore. Like, she used to exercise a lot, she used to walk the dog, she enjoyed cooking, so those things that she couldn't do, even if they were like as small things as they are, those things that she wasn't able to do really affected her mental health a lot.
Thank you for sharing that, Jen. And it is something in life when we're going along and we have certain routines and certain processes, and all of a sudden, for no apparent reason, it's all taken away from us, just like that. And
Mhm.
so the two of you witnessed this. And I'm sure that in addition to what she was going through, you both were going through things yourselves, right? You see your loved one, everything's changing, and that wasn't in the script, right? Nobody handed you the playbook and said, by the way, this might be happening. So I'm going to go over to Jen and then to Mark. Jen, once you saw all of this that was happening, what did you do or say? What were you thinking?
It was all just a shock, just for, having someone so fundamental to the family being affected that way. It was a massive shock to all of us, to like have this new, just all of a sudden, like the family dynamic just completely changed. Poor dad, he was having to do everything. He looked after mum very well. We all just had to kind of get it together, work together as a family, to make the best of everything and try and make mum feel better. Yeah, so
Thank you, Jen. I really admire how, as a family, you all pulled together, because that's what we have to do, right? I know, completely unrelated, but my mom was diagnosed with dementia, and I was her full-time caregiver for 3.5 years, and I wasn't planning on that. But you have to
I'm
think
so
about your
sorry.
loved one, and then you think about how it impacts you as well. Mark, would you like to share a few words?
Well, just first of all, Jacqueline, I can, because it's probably, it is one of the hardest jobs in the world, being a carer. But you love, your loved one is there needing help, and you do it. And you know, I said to her, Trish wanted to go eventually, and we couldn't keep her, because the symptoms were so severe, and she was suffering so badly. But I used to say to her, I'll push you in a wheelchair for the next 20 years if that's what it takes. So as a family, you just, as you say, you just react to the situation as best you can, and you know, you'd do anything for your loved one. I would have done anything for Trish. I'd do anything to have her back, but that isn't going to happen. But to people out there, just, I know it's hard, but you just carry on. Just keep caring for your loved one. Don't know what else to say, but it's, you've got no choice. You love the person that much that you keep going. And I wish Trish was still here now, but then again, that would be selfish, really, because her suffering was so intense. Again, to people out there, I just, Trish was really suffering physically and mentally. I hope that's not you. I hope you can still walk Trish in the end, she could only walk a few yards to the, it was the toilet and back, and that was all the energy she had for the day. And the next day I'd shower her down. I'd shower her down every 2 days because she didn't have the energy to be showered down every day. And again, telling you how severe Trish was, there was a time, summer 2024, that she didn't even come downstairs for 5 weeks. I had it in my diary, 35 days. I was just bringing her food and drink, showering every 2 days, and it was soul destroying for her, but soul destroying for us as well, to watch someone you love that much suffering in that way. But I do hope that people out there, they're not suffering so much. Do what you can, get out and have a walk, and I know it's your power pack, your mitochondria suffers when you're floxed. You haven't got the energy, but just do what you can, and do it for your loved one as well. Do it for your carer. Keep going, keep trying. That's really all I can say to the people out there.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. And by the way, as I said before at the beginning of the show, it's okay to be emotional, right? This is a real story. This is a real person, a real human being, and it's okay to express whatever it is, anger, sadness, etc. I'm happy to say that Talia is back, so let's bring her back as the host of the show, and I'll say goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
nice to have
you.
you back,
Can I
Talia.
hear
We
you?
can hear you. Yeah, we can
Oh
hear
my
you.
God, I can't hear you guys.
Oh dear.
I hear you when I'm back screen, but I can't hear you in the front. Like, this has never happened before.
Oh.
So
Well, why don't you ask your questions, Talia, and then go back screen? You can hear our answers, and then come back when you. Is that the best thing?
I'm trying to think of what to do. This is a disaster.
Talia, why don't you go ahead and ask your question? They can hear you.
Okay.
And then I'll put you backstage so you can hear them.
Okay. So I'm sorry I missed what you guys first said when I was having these technical difficulties.
It's okay.
I can hear you.
Yay!
Oh, there we go. We're back.
I just can't hear your dad, but I can hear you.
Oh.
I can't win.
Oh well.
But this has never happened. This is my 9th show. I use the same technology, so I apologize everybody for the delay.
Don't worry, I'm not as interested as Jen.
So I heard Mark talking about, her being a shell of herself and all of that, and I can speak to that, personally, for somebody that, it literally sucks the life out of you, and you're still trying to be in your family's life. You're still missing the person you were, wishing the person you wish you were. And it's a very difficult place to be in. Like, you feel like you, but you're not you. And honestly, to survive, and anybody that's Floxed watching this may know that there's some level of like disassociation that we have to do to survive. So you probably experienced that with your mom. It's very difficult. Now I'm going to get into the question. How much would you like to talk about how your mom passed away?
Well, when she was, as her symptoms progressed and she got worse and worse, in her physical health, her mental health obviously suffered. So, she begged us to take her to Switzerland, for about 18 months. Isn't that right, Dad? About 18 months.
Yeah, it was about.
And we fought with her to, keep her here, because we thought that there'd be some glimmer of hope that she'd get better, that she would find something that could help. that the supplements that she was taking could work. We could try different treatments, but she didn't want to try those treatments because she was afraid she was going to get worse. So eventually, us as a family, we made the decision because we thought we just wanted to respect her decision. You know, it's not us going through the pain that she was going through. It's her, you know, it's her life, it's her choice. So but we eventually decided to take her to Switzerland, and us as a family, we accompanied her. So she had a peaceful ending with us there. Yeah. So
there's two things I wanted to make sure I say in this show. This is one of them. You all know my story, that I was on hospice and I almost passed away. And I can tell you that when it comes to end of life decisions and discussions, these things can tear family apart, tear them apart, because the person that's going to pass away or might pass away has a certain idea of how they want their life to end. And other people in their life may not agree, right? And for some reason, a lot of the times it becomes about everybody else except the person that's actually sick and dying. And I've seen that myself, right? And I've seen the disaster that happened because of it. And I just have to say, I already said this to your dad, but I have so much love and respect for the both of you that you are able to put your opinions and feelings aside and support your mom and support her end of life wishes. And, you know, some people can say, you know, like, how could you do that? Like, never give up. Don't let her go. But when you're in this situation, you see things differently, and you see it as love, that you loved her enough to carry out her wishes and be with her to the very end. And I have to say, that's a very admirable and selfless thing that most people are not able to do. So I just want to say that and give you all the credit in the world, because I was on your mom's side. To have that kind of love and support, there is no other. And I know that because you guys were there and supportive, that she was okay in her final moments to go. So I just had to say that, because
thank you.
this whole time I've just thought how selfless you two are, and strong. It takes a lot of courage for people to do that.
I would love to be
say
able
this
to
is
say,
what you need, and I'm gonna do that, because the reality is that you want her to stay as long as possible on this earth, no matter what, because she's your mom. And yeah, it's a very tough situation, but that's one of the things I wanted to say. I respect you both a lot.
Thank you.
It's nice of you to say that, Talia. But
and with that being said, I would like to hear your perspective on how you mentally got yourselves to the place of being able to do that, because I'm sure at first you were like, what? No way. And then eventually you changed your mind. So how did you get there in that headspace?
It was definitely seeing her suffer so much. As you say, you don't actually know how you're going to feel until you're in that situation, when you're put in that situation, when your family member, you know, doesn't want to suffer anymore. You don't know what you're going to do until you're in that situation. When you love someone so much, that's when, you know, you've just got to, I don't know how to put it, but you've just got to, she was just in so much pain. You just wanted to take it away from her, you know. So, and that was the only way that she thought she could get rid of that pain, and we had to respect that, because she did try other pain medications, but it doesn't, it can help a little bit, but not sometimes it just doesn't help at all even, or you get like side effects from these other pain medications as well that make you suffer more. So you've just got to, that's how she wanted to go, that's how she wants to get rid of her pain.
And to the viewers watching that may not know this, I just want them to know that, who may not be familiar with fluoroquinolone toxicity, there is no cure. There is no standard treatment protocol. And once you're floxed and damaged by this class of antibiotics, you are on your own to figure out what may or may not work for you. And the most unfortunate thing about fluoroquinolone toxicity is that it damages your mitochondria and changes your DNA. This is why no two Floxies are the same, because once you're damaged, your level of damage is different than someone else. And so you can try years after years of medication and it doesn't help. You can try treatments that don't help. Meanwhile, you have someone else that's better in 6 months and you don't understand, why are they better but I'm not? But once your DNA is affected and your mitochondria, nothing kind of makes sense anymore at that point. And like I said, to have no standard treatment protocol, or even many doctors that understand, you're really not in a good place. And that's why, Trish and Jen and Mark and everyone that's been affected by this are advocating so hard, because once you're floxed, it's too late some of the times. So we're trying to get people to never even to get to that point where they have to be in Trish's shoes and make those difficult decisions.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There should be a last resort.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I also wanted to say that, this is the second thing I want to say, is that coming from somebody that's severely floxed and a parent, and I know that Mark is probably understanding everything I'm about to say right now. When you're a parent, you want your children to have a better life than you have and that you had. You give anything to make sure they have the life you want for them and the life you think that they deserve. And when you get that sick and you need help and you changed, and the example I can give is that when I got sick, when my stepdaughter graduated high school, she slept in bed with me every single night after her graduation to make sure I was okay and that I was waking up the next morning. And then it was time to go to college. She had to go. And taking care of me is not a life that I wanted for her. Do you see what I'm saying? And as much as people will say, oh, you're not a burden, blah, 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 the person that's floxed that requires that much help is always going to feel that to some extent. And your unconditional love for your mother and your wife is going to say, I will take care of you until my last breath. I just want you to be here with me. And your mother's unconditional love for the both of you says, I don't want you to do that for me. I want a better life for you. I don't want you to be stuck taking care of me. And I'm sure in her mind, she thought that not only this was going to end her suffering, but it was going to give you a better life. And that's what's very sad, to think that there's no other way out. Because I know your mom would have never left you, and your wife would have never left you if she didn't think that she had to. And whether she had to or not is actual or fact, it doesn't matter. This is what she felt at the time, to be able to let you guys be free. And I think about that in my family, and like, it's dragged them down too. It's ruined their lives too. And you often think, if I'm not here, they'll be sad and they'll move on and then they'll get to have a normal life again. I know that must have played somewhere in her mind. But again, it's about the love that she had for you, just like the love that you had for her.
What I would say, Talia, is, I don't know if you can hear me. She was wrong in a way that she thought we could get over it that easily, because we haven't.
No, we
Me,
haven't at all.
me and Jenny, me and Jen, we're the epitome of grief at the moment. It's been 3 months since she passed, and I used to say I couldn't cry much when she was here, because you're holding out that hope and you're thinking, things might turn round. But since she's gone, I haven't stopped crying. It's every day. So again, I keep on talking to people out there. Don't go easily, because you don't know what it's going to do to your loved one when you go. Because it is devastating. It's keep going for the people who love you and want to care for you.
Yeah, and Talia, your children are so lucky to have you. I just want to say that you actually remind me a lot of my mum, the caring aspects of you, and you're funny. You remind me of my mum, so just, remember that, you're a really good mum and wife as well. I've seen you and your husband, and, you're just an amazing couple. So carry on for them, please. Like, hold on to that.
And it's funny you say that, because I say you remind me of my stepdaughter, because she's the best stepdaughter I could ever ask for. And I know your mom felt the same way about you and her son, your brother. So
yeah.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah, we
Talia.
can't forget our Sean. Sean is in grief as well, but
yeah.
I didn't have this in the question, so if you're not comfortable speaking to it, that's fine. But there's a lot of people that don't understand what your mom did and where she went and all of that, and think that maybe it's something willy-nilly that you just fly over there and they do that. But there's actually a process to all of that. Can you just explain to people like what it is and what happens when they go to Switzerland and don't come back? People don't necessarily know like what's happening over there when that happens.
Oh, okay. So, Switzerland is the only place in the world at the moment who will take people from other countries to go for assisted dying. So, assisted dying is legal in places like Canada, Spain, but they won't take other people from different countries. Switzerland is the only place that will do that. So that's why a lot of people do go over there to do it, because it's not legal in their country and they're desperate. So they go over there. They have to go over to Switzerland to do it. And that's the case in the UK. I think the law will come out that there's in Parliament, they're talking about bringing the law into the UK that assisted dying can be here, but it's only for terminally ill people. And my mum didn't want to wait for that. She wanted to just go. So we went to Switzerland, and it's a very respectful service. My mum felt really comfortable going there. And actually, when she had booked the whole thing, she was more herself than she ever was, because she knew there was going to be an end to her suffering. So she, she was able to joke again. And do you know what? I think it was the best couple of weeks we could have had with her while it had been booked, because she knew there was going to be an end to her suffering. She was like happy and relieved. So it's extremely it's really a respectful place, and the place that she went to was beautiful. Switzerland is a beautiful country. there was like this modern house on a farm where you could look out at they gave her plenty of time to sort of like get her bearings, only do it when she's ready. They let us spend time together before she went. And it was through like an IV. The sorry, I don't think I couldn't talk about that
You don't
part.
have to. You don't
Yeah,
have
but that's just that's how she wanted to go, and she even said it herself. I couldn't have asked for any better, and I'm so glad that she said that. I'm so glad that my family are supporting me, because a lot of people wouldn't, and I can understand why. I can understand, as we say, losing someone is so painful, but that's just how she wanted it, and she wouldn't have had it any other way.
How would you say that this experience has changed you as a person?
I'd say I've learned that life is sort of just to enjoy life, because you don't know when something's going to change so drastically. Just enjoy life, and don't be I used to be scared of a lot of things. I used to be shy. I'm not that person anymore. You need to enjoy your life. Don't let anything stop you from enjoying yourself. Just that's how it's changed me anyway. What would you say, Dad?
Yeah.
Well, temporarily it's made me a very sad person, because I do miss Trish, miss her dreadfully, but I echo what Jen said, you've you've got to make the best of what you have. Hopefully you're not as got as many symptoms as what Trish had, and your life is a little bit better, and don't feel you're a burden. Your loved one is there and wants to care for you, so enjoy your time with them, even if being floxed does make it very, very difficult. And that's probably the understatement of the century. I know there's people who are watching this who are probably in a really bad place, but if it's your parents looking after you, Trish used to say there's young people as well being floxed. It's not just older people. They want to be there for you. Just enjoy your time for them, with them. Look after them. Floxies have to look after the carers as well as the carers looking after the Floxies. Is really what I would say about it all. It's a two-way thing. You have to look after each other.
Can you just summarize for me, Jen?
What, the whole thing? Or
just real quick what he said, just a quick summary.
enjoy your life, look after each other, be kind.
Okay. Okay.
Good son.
Got it. Now that 3 months has passed and the dust has settled a little, if you had an hour with your mom and your wife now, after all of this, what would you say to her?
I'd probably say I'd give her the biggest hug ever, and just tell her that I miss her so much and we need her more than she knows. I don't. Yeah,
That's okay.
I could say a lot more, but
Yeah. Whatever you can say, Jen. Don't push yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. It's a tough question, but yeah, I think what you went through, it's such a double-edged sword, because I think it brought you all so much closer together, and then she was gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
Yeah. Does Mark want to say anything?
Well, what I would say was, I know Talia probably can't hear me, so Trish used to say, you'll be all right. You'll get over me, you know. But really, it's not that easy to get over someone that you love so much, and you can't let go. You can't let go easily. It's only if you were suffering as bad as Trish, well, maybe you have to go. But Trish was a lot more confident that we would be all right than what has actually been the reality. The reality is, we've lost the glue that used to hold us together, the person who cared for us so much. So to Floxies out there, keep fighting, keep walking, keep as much as your energy pack, your mitochondria, your body will allow. Keep going. Don't give up. Because your loved one will be devastated when you go. So really that's it. You might think your loved one's gonna get over you and start this great new life because they haven't got you to care for. But the reality is they're gonna miss you terrible, and their life is gonna be hard if you have to go. So don't give up easily. That's the main message.
Okay, summarize.
Don't give up.
Quick.
Don't give up, Jen.
Don't give up, and please don't give up easily, because your loved ones will miss you so much, and they'll be lost without you.
Yeah. Before I ask my last question, I just want to say to everybody that's watching, the reason why I did this show today is to show the real life of people that are going through fluoroquinolone toxicity, and the struggle and the pain. There is no pain like being floxed. It's nothing you can imagine until you've experienced it or seen it, like in Jen and Mark's case when they saw Trish go through it. And so this is a decision that many people that are floxed make for themselves, whether they decide to keep going. You often hear me say, until there's nothing left. And in some cases, people feel like there is nothing left, and they will go to Switzerland or will stay home and take whatever measures necessary. So the point is here, I don't want this episode to be like all doom and gloom. This is really just to show the reality of what people go through that are floxed, and just to show that we need help. We need awareness. We need this to stop. We need people to stop feeling like this is their only way out. It's the only way to end their suffering, because we don't know any other way. When there's nobody here to treat us or help us, we don't see an end in sight. So this is the point of the show. and to honor Trish in her memory, because she was such a caring person and she cared about everybody. And she wanted to make sure that nobody went through what she did. And I know she's not here today, but this is why we're doing this show, in her honor, in her memory. And we hope that everyone that has watched the show will think of Trish and me and all the other people that you've seen that are Floxed, and have some compassion and understanding for what people are going through, and to loved ones of people that are Floxed, just to, who can't be supportive as they need to be. Hopefully this will help you understand a little bit more the mindset of someone that's severely Floxed and not getting better and doesn't see an end in sight. So with that being said, I'm going to close out the show with my last question, and then Mark, Trish's husband, is going to say a statement at the end. So my last question always ends with, if you can give the viewers a message of hope. Jen, Mark, you both want to say something, whatever it is, how they can, whatever it is, keep fighting, how they get through a devastating event like this, how they can be more supportive of their family members that are Floxed, whatever it is on your mind, just to give the viewers hope, any kind of hope. Okay, there you go.
Just sometimes the only way is through, and
Yeah.
you know, you just got to get through day by day, minute by minute. That's an achievement in itself. Just please just keep going, because you are important. You know, you are important on this world. You know, yeah, that's what I'd say.
And there are going to be a lot of people that miss you like crazy when you're gone.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to add, Mark, or do you just want to go into the statement that you wanted to make?
Yeah, I'll
you
just
said,
say what I was
Jen.
going to say. I mean, I've touched on a lot of it already, Talia, you know, through the time of the show. But I mean, really, the message is love wins in the end. You know, Trish would say, you know, the greatest way you can express your love for me is to let me go. But Trish's symptoms were extreme and numerous, mentally and physically. She never had any peace and only looked forward to a chemically induced sleep, which only lasted 4 hours a night. That was Trish's life. You know, she didn't have any energy for anything or any hope. She was given no hope by the medical profession. But that was Trish's story. It doesn't have to be your story. You know, pray to God everyone watching this hasn't got it as bad as Trish had. And if that's so, and you do get some hours of relief, you know, show the love you have for your loved one who's caring for you. Talk about the good times you've had as a family over the years. Share the laughs that brings. Then, when the pain and the hard times do come for you, lean on your carer. That's what they're there for. You care, you know, they want to make life better for you. They want to help you. They love you. It's not your fault you took these antibiotics. The system that's supposed to protect you is the system that fails you. It's not your fault. Trish had no choice. I hope you do. And don't leave easily. Your loved ones will be devastated if you do decide to go. So stay with them, you know, stay with them as long as you can. You know, there was no way you could ever call Trish, say Trish left too early, or we wonder if we let her suffer so long because she wanted to go, you know, a year and a half before we actually took her to Switzerland, but we were clinging on to hope. We loved her that much. You should do the same. You know, Trish's story didn't end well, but I hope yours does. I hope, you know, your symptoms aren't as bad as Trish. So be kind to each other. As I said earlier, Floxies have to look after the carers, and carers, as much as carers, have to look after the Floxies. You know, enjoy those times when you can. If you're having a good period, try and help your carer, keep their morale up. Look after each other. Really, that's it.
Was that your dad's statement?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
It was a bit long. Sorry, Talia, it was a bit long-winded.
Tell by your face. So with that, do either of you have anything else to say?
I just want to say thank you for this and having us on this show and just listening to us, and for everyone watching. Just thank you. Yeah.
Your mom meant
Thank
a
you.
lot to me and meant a lot to the community too. And, you know, the fact that she took the time before she passed to still write a message about fluoroquinolone antibiotics, it gutted me. And so I know how important this mission is for her. And, you know, we will all continue to carry on and advocate and keep her in our memory. And one of the things I wanted to bring up is that there is a petition that your family has started in the UK to change fluoroquinolone antibiotics. If you could take a minute after the show, I will go put that on my Linktree. I think everybody's pretty familiar with my Linktree at this point. And sign the petition in honor of Trish. That's exactly what she would have wanted. And I think that's a good way to pay tribute to her after watching this episode. So, I thank you very much for being here, the both of you. And I hope to the viewers this sheds some light on how difficult it is for not just the person that's floxed, it's the family as well. I feel like it's not just the person that gets floxed, the whole family gets floxed.
Yeah.
And so please, when you hear these messages, it's not to scare people, it's to show you the reality that once you take it, if you experience adverse effects, it may be too late. So please remember our stories and remember the guidance from the FDA that fluoroquinolone should be used as last resort only when no other treatment options are available. If a prescriber tries to give you that medication, not as last resort, please ask for an alternative. Save yourself, save your life and your loved ones. That's all I got. Thank you everyone for being here, and I'll see you next month.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Steve Klein Art at steveklein.art.
My name is Steve Klein, born Manchester, England, 1953. My quest in my lifetime is to create artwork from my soul and the deepness within my wildest dreams and fantasies. In 2012, my heart stopped when I was given too much anesthetic for a minor knee operation, and this near-death experience took me to another multidimensional world, an out-of-body experience, and I was given the gift of being blessed by an overwhelming, burning passion to become, for the very first time in my life, an artist with an eternal, passionate desire to bring my art, which I've named multidimensional, subliminal, freeform art, to the world, as only 3% recover from what I experienced, and now in my golden years want to release my cosmic, vital energy through my art to allow people to be a part of my cosmic dance.
To learn more, email roccogoodwine@gmail.com. For VIP pricing, mention USA Global TV and Radio. Nestled in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, the Horseshoe Farm has always been more than a destination. It's a living, breathing reflection of community, connection, and transformation. Once a humble family farmstead, it has evolved over the years to become a sanctuary for travelers, seekers, families, and friends alike. Originally reimagined by the Turchin family as an Airbnb property, the farm began its journey into hospitality with simple roots, welcoming guests to experience the beauty and peace of the sacred land. As word spread and the vision deepened, the property organically blossomed into a boutique resort, rooted in the values of slow living, intentional experiences, and the magic of gathering. Today, the Horseshoe Farm is a 90-acre experiential retreat that merges hospitality, wellness, and culinary excellence. It is home to the Stable Spa, the Silo Cookhouse, distinctive lodging options, and a curated calendar of events that nourish mind, body, and spirit. Our guest experience is designed to be both grounding and expansive, where the comforts of luxury meet with the simplicity of nature. At its core, the Horseshoe Farm is about transformation of land, of self, and of community. We are proud of where we've come from. We are confident in who we are today and excited for the road ahead. Hello, I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, also known as the Listening Mentor and President and Founder of USA Global TV and Radio. I had the opportunity, the pleasure of attending a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm just recently. I was so impressed with all of the opportunities that were presented to me in this glorious setting, as well as the highest level of customer service, that I've decided to put together a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm in Hendersonville, North Carolina, United States of America, June 3rd through the 6th, 2026. You can expect to have a beautiful time of relaxation combined with learning, community, collaboration. Do consider joining me in this wonderful opportunity to reconnect with yourself, with others, and with nature. For more information, email me at drjacqueline@usaglobaltv.com.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.